As we close in on the end of January, many folks have abandoned, dropped, or just plain forgotten about their New Year's resolutions. Why? Well, the answer may lie deeper than just apathy or lack of time and commitment. It may be that the goals attached to these resolutions are misguided. The key to keeping those resolutions actually lies with our intention. That's what Dr. Gail Feldman, professional life coach, says. Doctor, thank you so much for joining us. Really appreciate it.
Thank you.
Absolutely.
Thank you for having me.
So you are the author of Crisis to Creativity, Creating a Life of Health and Joy at Any Age in Spite of Everything.
Yes.
It's a great title to the book. So talking about this, you say that often our resolutions lack resolve.
Yeah.
Why is that?
Yeah, I think it's because they're based on our weakest rather than our strongest values.
Okay.
So, for example, the one resolution most used by Americans is to lose weight, right? Mm-hmm. Okay, so let's say I want to lose 5 or 10 pounds because I'm attending an event or there's a reunion and I want to look good. Mm-hmm. Looking good is not one of our strongest values.
Right.
But if I were to use that as a springboard to create a plan for better health, for lessening my risk values, my risk possibilities, and to use that as a time to prepare to have a long life where I can be healthy, vital, I can live to see my children, my grandchildren grow up, and serve as an example of one who is responsible enough to take on these things. That's a value that will fuel our intention.
Right, okay, so talking about these values, it's not, I love that we talk about having the values on the right things and on the things that are meaningful to us. So when we're evaluating this, what sort of value should we be looking for, and why is it so important to really know what the right value is to put on these resolutions?
Well, you know, we'll talk about how to look for those values in a minute, but I want to emphasize that the power of our intention is so great that we want to make sure we're intending in the right direction. So one of the reasons that we don't continue with our resolutions is that we don't have enough self-respect, self-regard, self-esteem. Here's an example. If you pick up your child from school every afternoon, you would never say one day, you know, I really don't feel like picking up Johnny. I think I'll just, you know, I'll tell him I forgot and he can find his way home.
Right.
We would never, no parent would ever do that.
Yeah.
But we do that with ourselves all the time. We say, well, it's no big deal if I go off the diet today. It's no big deal if I don't exercise. It is a big deal. So it is the power of that intention based on the value of your health and well-being.
Right, and you know, and you really kind of hit it right on the head, because oftentimes, especially parents, you know, everyone's got very busy lives.
Yeah.
As parents, we tend to put other values first, and the value of our children first is, you know, and that's something that that's just what it is.
Yes.
But what you're saying is that we really need to check back in and understand that we have to value ourselves and our time and our personal commitments to ourselves.
Absolutely, absolutely. Okay. And one of the ways that I've come to that belief is I'm giving a talk later this year in Vienna on Viktor Frankl. Viktor Frankl was the psychiatrist who lost his entire family in the death camps, his mother, his father, his wife, his brother, and he survived 3 years in the concentration camps. When he came out, he wrote a book that became popular worldwide called Man's Search for Meaning. And what he was saying in terms of why we can get through just the most horrendous experiences like he did is for 3 reasons. That we have that power of love, that we have the power of that fuels our contribution, our passion for our work. And the last thing is that we have the responsibility to live life no matter what.
Right.
So it's that self-responsibility to do the very best we can. He even talked about being worthy of our suffering. So it's that self-responsibility that will help us to move through and really serve our commitments.
Right. Now you've come up with a sort of a checklist, as it were, of things to really help us attain our goals, to keep us on track with these resolutions. Can you share that with us?
Yeah, there are 5. The first one is to make a list of your strongest, highest values. And you might make a list of like 10 and then narrow it down to 3.
Okay.
Have 3. Like, you know, I put love, compassion, courage, you know, I have health, faith. Number 2, list 2 things that you'll do to express those values for yourself every day.
Right.
Number 3, declare your intention. The power of your declared intention is very great. So you want to declare, you want to speak it, you want to write it, and you want to post it. So, you know, when
It kind of makes it real.
it makes it real, and it makes us accountable.
Uh-huh.
You know, if it's on the refrigerator, our family knows.
Yeah, right.
If it's posted
no longer
at work,
just in here.
if it's
right.
posted at work,
Right.
all of our coworkers know what we're up to.
Uh-huh.
Number 4, you want to get an accountability buddy.
Okay.
Yeah, someone who really supports you in following through, so you can check in. They can help you track your progress.
And they know your plan as well, so they know whether
Yeah.
or not you're meeting those goals.
Right,
Right.
right. You know, if people exercise with a friend, you're going to show up when your friend's waiting for you outside. Yeah.
Absolutely. You won't hear the end of it. if you
Yeah,
don't.
so you want an accountability buddy. And the last one is to make a list of rewards and reward yourself at the end of every week for your progress.
Okay.
And this is important because we do this with children just automatically.
Right.
And we need to celebrate ourselves and celebrate our own victories.
Right. Now, if we fall off the wagon, you know, I mean, everybody does. You're saying not beat ourselves up. You got 3 just sort of checkpoints there
Exactly.
to get us back on track. What are those?
Yes. Well, the first one is forgive yourself. No self-loathing allowed.
All right. Okay. That's good.
That'll really keep us back. So, number 1, forgive yourself. Number 2, open your heart, have compassion, and get back on your plan.
Gotcha.
And then number 3, be grateful. Be grateful for your past successes. Be grateful for the success that you're moving toward now.
Yeah, which I
Yeah.
think is important. You know, we always dwell on the things we don't do right.
Yes.
We never celebrate the things that we do right.
Yes, and it's very
Yeah.
important. We know this from learning theory,
Right.
that we reinforce the positive.
Right.
We do that with others. We need to do it for ourselves.
Right. Doctor, thank you so much
Yeah.
for the information.
Thank
We
you.
will have links on our website under the Two Casa Style blog to Gail's website. So head over there. She's got some great stuff on there.
Thank you.
All right.